Hello money magnets and master traders, it's your Uncle Charters here where we do unbiased price action analysis here on my YouTube channel, and looks like the SPY has yet to make up its mind on what it wants to do. Still within Uncle's structure of this descending triangle pattern. Doesn't mean we didn't get any nice trading days. Definitely had some nice trading days for day trading. Friday, not so much. Last Thursday was pretty nice. Last Thursday was definitely pretty nice. This is from last Thursday, February 26th, when I wrote rejecting from the breakout level and 692 failed. As long as below 690 is in play with 688.5 below. And look at that. This is the 15-minute chart. Look at how it broke down my 692 level on the 15-minute chart. Rejected from the breakout level. I had the breakout level on 693.5-ish. Broke down 692 and just smashed. This one trade alone would have net you a lot of profits. Beautiful. But keep in mind, Uncle's trading strategy is always about level to level. I always mention to my Discord members, and I mention to you guys, always play it level to level and leave runners if you want to play a potential home run, because we don't always get moves like these. If you take a look at the action from Friday, you notice how it cleared my level and it was good for a level move. I had a 683 level, cleared it, smashed 684.7. Cleared 684.7, smashed 686. Broke down 684.7, smashed 683. You guys can see where I'm going with this. So my trading strategy is always prepared for level to level moves, always prepared for small moves, base hits, not home run moves, but base hits as I like to refer to it. So I always prepare for days like this. I enter a trade, I play it level to level. Once I get that level to level move, I reset for the next setup and so I can play the next one level to level. But every now and then we're going to get moves like these where we get a home run move, and it's beautiful. Now both days are tradable in my opinion. Obviously more people like trading days like these, but you have to understand, in the stock market, you're not always going to get days like these. You'll get days like these, but you're not always going to get days like these as well. You have to be prepared for both. You can't just want days like these and expect it to show up all the time. It's not. That's why Uncle plays it level to level, because I'm willing to trade and I'm anticipating on trading days like these where it's just level to level moves, so that when I do finally get those home run moves, it's going to be spectacular. It's going to exceed my expectation. Either way, we make money on these days. Friday, Thursday. But you see the difference. Prepare for days like these. Prepare for days like Friday, where you're going to get only level to level moves with low volatility, so that when you do get that home run move, you're going to be extra happier. This is a happy day. This is an extra happy day. So let's prepare for the next setup for this week. Well, we see that the bears stepped up where they need to, and they did get that lower close. Question now is, will we head back to the bottom of the triangle pattern, and will we get the breakdown? Here on Uncle's YouTube channel, we do a bear case scenario and the bull case scenario. Why? Because I believe in being prepared for anything in the stock market. And why should we be prepared? Because anything can happen in the stock market. Anything. So let's be prepared for the bear case and the bull case. And let's start with the bear case first. Since the bears stepped up where they need to, and they did get that lower close on Friday, if more downside is the plan, I'll be watching 684.7, 683, and 681.2. Those levels fail, I do expect that we head back to the bottom of the triangle pattern. 676.5 is the level that I'm watching. We had multiple tests in that area. Multiple. My guess is that we're going to break it down on the fourth test. I could be wrong, but we've tested it multiple times. In theory, that means there are less buy orders down in this area than it was back in mid-February, early February, and mid-January, when we tested it 3 times before. So in theory, there's less buy orders to prevent a breakdown. And if there's less buy orders and they all get absorbed, guess what? There will be nothing stopping SPY from getting the breakdown of this structure. So if we break down those support levels, 684.7, 683, and 681.2, odds are we might just get the breakdown on the fourth test. If the bulls are buying the dip again, and the low that we had from Friday is going to be a higher low, the levels that must clear next is 686, 687.2, 688.5, and 690. Keep in mind, a lot of my moving averages are very close to each other. When I see my moving average like that, with the 5, the 20, and the 50 are right next to each other like that, that tells me that the market is consolidating for some type of big move. I believe that big move will come this week, so I'm looking forward to it. If we get above 690, I'd be bullish with 692.8-ish. Yep. That's around a fib level, but that's also where the breakout level is on Uncle's triangle pattern. Multiple reasons to be bullish if we clear those levels. But it will start with a recapture of 687.2 and 690. We recapture those levels, expect bullishness. We break down those support levels, expect to retest the bottom of the triangle pattern, and there's a high chance we get the breakdown. I hope that makes sense. Triple Q. The level that I'm watching for Triple Q right now, the critical one, is 607. If we're above it, I would expect the bounce to continue back up to 613.4. And above 613.4, not only is that a fib level, but I have a breakout level area there. The structure has changed a bit. You have to adapt. The price action changes, we change with it. We're price action followers. And if 613.4 clears, the Q enters breakout mode. Now 607, like I said, is the level I'm watching, so we're below it. It's a good chance that we're gonna head back to the downside. 605.5, 604, 600 are the levels I'm watching. Below 600, I would definitely be bearish, extremely bearish, because that's a fib level, but also around that area has been a tough buy zone for multiple times, for multiple days. So if we break down 600, that would be a decent win for the bears. And look at all that room to head back to the downside. So if we're below 607 and we break down 600, get bearish. If we're above 607 and we clear 613.4, get bullish. NVDA looks bearish to me. We had a false breakout setup here. The market makers set up a zone there, a sell zone in that area, and we finally had the breakout only to get a false breakout setup. That false breakout setup led to a breakdown, which led to more downside. Remember, false breakouts put in tops, breakdowns of structures are the best bearish follow through. Let's see if we'll get more downside. And the level to watch is 176.5. If we break it down, 175, 171 are much lower incoming. If you want to play a bounce, we have to recapture some lost levels. 180, 182.7, 184, 185.5, and the critical one all the way up at 189.5. Those levels must recapture if the bulls want to turn things around. Otherwise, stay bearish. Here is Tesla with a doji candle. Now, whenever I see a doji candle, I watch the range. The low is at 398, the high is around 407. Watch the range. If you want to get the next directional move, you have to break that range. Below 398, we should get a directional move to the downside. A big one, because this is Tesla we're talking about. And if 407 clears, we should get a nice big directional move back to the upside. 10, 15, maybe $20 in either direction. You just have to watch for the break of the range. Amazon is still battling at the 211 level, and I'm going to stick to what I said before. If we clear 211, go long. Should be good for a multi-day move. Swing trade if you want, but 211 must clear. And if we want to get bearish, the level that I'm watching now is at 205.3 and 204. Those levels break down, get bearish for a multi-day move to the downside. Meta, I'm watching at 646.5 fib level. Above it, we're bullish. So I would long if 648 and 649.5 clears, get out into breakout mode. 653 and 654.4 must clear, clearing out this green trend line. That should be good for a multi-day move to the upside. To get bearish, 646.5 and 645 must break down to send us all the way back down to 639 and 637.8. Below that level would be extremely bearish. I would expect another $15, $20 move to the downside. Microsoft is lingering around this fib level that I'm watching, 392.3. It looked like it was going to set up for an evening star pattern, but we didn't get it. But just watch that 392.3 level. Below it, get bearish. I expect another $10 drop back to the downside. No exaggeration. Maybe 12. But if we're above 392.3, and we start clearing resistant levels such as 394, 397, and 399, get bullish, Microsoft will enter bounce mode. Here is Apple, still within my triangle structure here. If we are to get a breakdown, it must break down 262. If we break down 262, that should be a multi-day move to the downside, and the high we had on February 26th would be a lower high, which would add to the bearishness. If we are to get more upside, 265 and 266.5 must clear to get us back up to the 270 and 272 plus area. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to the top of the triangle pattern, which is closer to 278. But watch that 262 level. We break it down, that's extremely bearish. Here's IWM. It's chopping within my triangle pattern. The range that I'm watching on IWM right now, well, the levels, the main levels, 259.7, 261, and 262.8. Remember those levels that I gave you. Above 262.8 is bullish. Below 259.7, I'd be bear bias. Anything in between is neutral territory. Here is VIX. Also within my triangle pattern, once again bouncing off that uptrend line that it's been bouncing from since December, since Christmas Eve. Bounced again and set a new high. Well, it looks like a lower high that coincides with this triangle pattern, you guys can see. So 21.5 all the way down to 18 is the chop range for the VIX. We break out 21.5, breakout mode. That's bullish. We break down 18, that's breakdown mode. Extremely bearish. Anything in between is neutral territory. And before I let you go, the DarkPool level, $1 billion in premium at 689.32. If we're above it, this is for the SPY. So above it, we're bullish overall. Below it, we are bearish overall. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to work with Uncle Charters, enter the Discord and let's be limitless together. Peace.